Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Suicide Squad Kill Justice League because the clip of Harley Quinn literally killing Batman has arose. And while people always want to say, oh, well, this game is called Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, what did you think was going to happen? People get that. That is such a disingenuine thing to say to people. We know what the fucking game is called. We know it's called Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, but the fact of the matter is nobody wanted to see the Arkham universe Batman taken out like that, especially after clearing out so many villains who are more powerful than the Suicide Squad members that they have selected against him. It'll be different if they got super powered Suicide Squad members, because I take in a lot of people don't know that there are a lot of superpowered beings that Amanda Waller can get control of for the Suicide Squad that really could take on Batman, but they didn't get the people that can take on Batman. They got the people who can barely take anyone on, and I just think it's a problem. It's so disingenuous to say like, oh well, if you don't like it, don't watch it or whatever. But it's not even about that. Nobody asked for it. Who asked for a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game? You know what I mean? Out of all the things you can think about, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, why you just didn't go with the Rebirth run? Justice League versus Suicide Squad. Wouldn't that have made more logical sense? Where you could have us play as the Justice League members taking on the Suicide Squad in various locations, or I think the story take place on some kind of island in the Spain area. Somewhere off the coast of Spain, I believe. It's been a while since I read the comic book. I have the comic book. It is beautifully done, and if you really needed a Suicide Squad team, that's the kind of Suicide Squad team I would love to see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can do a whole. You play two different sides of the story. One where you play as the Justice League, one where you play as Suicide Squad, maybe, and there are two different endings. You know what I'm saying? Something. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense. We haven't had a Justice League game, and I'm talking about a Justice League game where we play as the Justice League members since Justice League Heroes. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not counting the Injustice games because those are fighting games. I'm talking about like an actual beat 'em up, smash up game. You know what I'm saying? Besides maybe DC Universe Online, but even then we don't play as the Justice League characters. We can use their powers, which if you wanted to go that route for Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, that's probably the route you should have went with DC Universe Online. Remember, this game is it's 10 years and some change years old, and yet people are still buying the game. People are still playing DC Universe Online. Yeah, the graphics could use a little bit update, but people love the Suicide Squad not the Suicide Squad, but the DC Universe Online. You know what I mean? Say what you want about DC Universe Online, but people love the game. And if you really wanted us to like take on the Justice League characters, which you do get an opportunity if you decide to join the villains in this team, you don't do it where you kill them. You know what I'm saying? You capture them and they're used for Brainiac. Of course, that's true. But you don't go and maliciously kill them. And I'm saying, why you couldn't do a Suicide Squad game where you just do something like that? Why do you actually have to kill them? Now that this clip is going around, people want to be like, well, the game is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Duh. Look, stop. It's the same thing with the Joel Miller thing from The Last of Us. No one's saying that these characters can't die. But if you're going to have a character die, especially Batman, who is the start of this Arkhamverse, you better make sure his ass die heroically, or something that makes more logical sense. Because honestly, Batman being mind controlled by Brainiac, I doubt it. It takes a lot to get Batman, honestly. And you don't think Batman will have a contingency plan for mind control when he faces villains that try to control him? And he just beat the whole Joker, laughing bullshit blood thing. Like, if the Joker couldn't take him mentally, what makes you think Brainiac just all of a sudden can mind control him? But the only person who didn't get mind control was Wonder Woman? Like, it doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't make the sense God gave. And I really do not understand why they thought, you know what, this makes logical sense. No, it really doesn't make logical sense. Wonder Woman is fucking ugly. in the damn game. Harley Quinn is damn ugly. And then even had a thing where she was throwing shots at her old costume, talking about, not in this lifetime. I'm thinking something more fashion forward. Look, I'm about tired of the new 52 version of Harley Quinn. I don't want to see that version of Harley Quinn. I want the original Arlene Sorkin Harley Quinn, the one that was obsessed with the Joker, the one that decided that she's going to become a villain on her own, not without, because everybody always like to try to take away her agency from that and be like, oh, well, the Joker manipulated her. Well, there are stories where Harley Quinn was killing people without the Joker. So is that not her fault? You know what I'm saying? Well, the Joker, no, you can't manipulate somebody. I can put a gun in your hand all I want to, but it's up to you to shoot that damn gun. That's not my responsibility. I gave you the gun. Your option could have been like, no, or you took the gun and you shot. That's basically Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn could have easily not been manipulated. Well, I mean, she wasn't really manipulated. She was head over heels with the person. She's a psychiatrist, a terrible one, honestly. But even then, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm so tired of this nonsense. And then, making Poison Ivy this damn child thing when we've seen Poison Ivy die in the comic books before and she came back as a grown-ass woman. So I don't even understand what they were doing. And then they tried to hint about a relationship that never happened in the Arkhamverse. Again, context and continuity matters. You can't just throw out whatever the fuck you want to and call it a day. And the same thing with the Deadshot. Why you just couldn't call him something different? You know what I mean? You literally just making up shit just for the hell of it. It makes absolutely no logical sense. I already told you, hey, this is what you could have did. This is what you could have did. And instead, you said no. Like you literally you could have easily made him Bloodshot. What was the point of making him Deadshot? We already saw Deadshot. Deadshot was a white man in all of the Arkham games up until this one. Now, if this was a multiverse game, if this was an alternate reality where it didn't take place in the Arkhamverse, sure, go ahead. I would have no problem with this game. Honestly, I probably would have played it because I knew it wasn't the Arkham games. But because you tied it to the Arkhamverse, there comes consequences and continuity that you need to follow. And if you're not going to follow them, I'm going to have issues with it. But let's stop being disingenuous about the fact that, oh, well, the game is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. What did you expect? Well, I didn't expect the Suicide Squad to really kill the Justice League, honestly. Because there has been times where the Suicide Squad has been sent to take on the Justice League, and they were able to, defeat them, but not kill them. They were able to capture them and not kill them. You know what I'm saying? That's what should have happened. Like, if you guys read the Justice League versus Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad actually was successfully able to defeat the Justice League and was able to knock them out. And Amanda Waller put them in tubes that literally had all their weaknesses this whole time without killing the Justice League. So you could have easily captured the Justice League members and then have it where Amanda Waller and the Tinkerer or whoever the fuck you needed to could have worked with a few people and, undo the brainwashing of Brainiac until then. You know what I mean? And then you could have had maybe some of the members of the Justice League join the Suicide Squad. That could have been something interesting. Do something like that. But no, instead, we're going to have 4 of the weakest members of the Suicide Squad, and then we're going to have them take on some of the most powerful heroes of all time. Really? Are you sure about that? Because, like I said, when you have the Suicide Squad versus Justice League, you had people who can counter them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy that you guys didn't do that, but instead you want to have it where we're killing them, and I'm just like, I don't think so. And it should have been like that instead. But no, you guys wanted to do this whole, we need to have the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. But we had a successful Justice League versus Suicide Squad run. You know what I mean? It made no logical sense at all. like, okay, so you had like Captain Boomerang, you had El Diablo, you had Deadshot, you had Katana, you had Killer Frost, you had Zod, you had the Enchantress, Killer Croc, Maxwell Lord, Rick Flag. You know what I mean? Like Lobo, Harley Quinn. That's the reason why they were able to take on the Justice League, because look at the team. They had other characters too. What was some of the other characters that they also had? What was some of the other characters? Because I have the books, so it's a little bit of some of the characters that I'm missing. I know there's more characters in this book, but I kind of forgot about them. What they had, I think they had that, what you call it, that big eye girl or something like that. The Emerald Empress or something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now on some of the characters, because I really want y'all to understand, like, these characters, I mean, they had some solid characters in here that was able to take on Justice League, that, you know what I mean, like, it was more characters than just that. Let me see. They had, what was it? Oh, Dr. Polaris, Emerald Empress, Johnny Sorrow, Russ Man. You know what I mean? They had characters like that as well that was also fighting there. And then it took place in what, Switzerland, in the Alps. You know what I'm saying? That would have been cool to see, or Santa Prisca. You know what I mean? You could have easily did something like that to curve some of the storyline. Like, you got to be creative. You can't just put some laziness. But what do I expect? A company who don't really care anything about DC. And it just kind of sucks, because some people saying the only reason why they're getting it is because it's Kevin Conroy's last performance as Batman. And I just feel like it's kind of disgusting, the way that you did that. That's his last appearance. I know they couldn't have thought that Kevin Conroy was going to die, but still, you should have had something going on. You know what I mean? Like, you should have had something. You couldn't have thought, man, we should have Batman mind control and Wonder Woman not mind controlled at all. And then when she asked the Flash how to stop this, you have to kill us. No, that's not that's please stop it. Y'all have, the Justice League has went against so many mind controlled characters before, that if you really think that that's the only thing that they could do, you got another thing coming, honestly. And it's so weird that y'all would think that people want to see the destruction of heroes. But that's the cynical nature of the Western world. Y'all always want to side with the villains because they're more interesting. Good sucks or whatever. And it's just a bastardization of our heroes. And y'all wonder why people go to Japan for entertainment. Because their heroes are heroes. Yes, there's some of them are morally gray. No one's saying heroes can't be morally gray sometimes. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to see the heroes get destroyed over and over again like that. Especially some of your most iconic heroes. This isn't like it's just a one-off kind of thing. Y'all been doing this for a long time. You know, the fact that there's been 2 Suicide Squad movies in the DCEU, that in over, what, 1 Superman solo movie, no Batman solo movie, and 2 Wonder Woman movies. That's a problem. That's a problem. I mean, we had Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. We've seen Harley Quinn more so than we've seen Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. That is a problem. That is a problem. That should not be happening. But again, I expect nothing less. But again, stop being disingenuous. You can like the game. That's fair. But hear out everybody else's criticism and understand there's a reason why people are upset, and stop trying to tell them that something's wrong with them for being upset at the way they kill a character off. And stop saying, well, it's just because the game is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Nobody's stupid. People know that the game is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. But that doesn't take away the criticism or the fact that people do not like what you're doing. And this might be the end of Rocksteady. and maybe WB Games if they keep this shit up. But it is what it is. You guys tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.